New month, new books, same old space problem. But hey, let's go ahead and talk about some of these additions to the library, regardless of where they're being put, for the month of April 2022. Hey, what's up, bookworms? Mike back with another book haul, this time for April of 2022. Yes, I'm going to keep talking about it until I actually convince myself to do something about it. And that is what I'm talking about is these books I've got piled on the floor over here. I wish you guys could see it because it's really, I'm really just off the camera here. I'm starting to stack them up through the window. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I keep saying I got to find a solution, but I just keep adding kerosene to the fire here. So, and fire is something that we don't like to play with when you got this much paper in a room. But, these are some new things added this month. And, let's just go ahead and dive right into it, guys. We're going to begin, like usual, with digital books because what do I always tell you? I tell you that they count. Well, this month I had this problem where I was like, I got a lot of Amazon digital credits. What do I spend these on? Well, most people would say this isn't a problem. But for me, I was like, I've got just about everything I can think of that I want on my Kindle. But I started reading these Dritz books you might have heard of. And I decided, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and get a bunch of these so I don't have to spend like crazy to get all those mass market paperbacks. So I think I got about the first 27 or so. And I think that'll probably keep me busy for a while. So I was going camping and I didn't want to take the actual physical books with me on that trip. So I went ahead and bought, just the Dark Elf trilogy. And then I just went and said, let's just keep adding and keep adding and keep adding. And there we are. That is where we're at, guys. So yes, a lot of digital editions this month, but all from one series. But I did have a great time with Dritz. I'm going to be talking about that very, very soon on the channel. But let's go ahead and move along, guys, to some physical purchases for the month. Now, I think you can take one look behind me, know that physical purchases is always where my heart is going to lie. And I treated myself a little bit this month to some things. Now, obviously, you had a new release from Mr. Rockio, of course, Kingdoms of Death. So you knew this was going to be happening. Nice. Obviously, his books continue. This is actually pretty thin for one of your books, Christopher. So I'm very impressed. But it's a book being split in half. There is a paper shortage right now, and of course, signed by the man, the legend, the Scholiast. Yes, Mr. Christopher Rockio continued to kick ass with this series, and I love seeing that this series is just getting more and more legs. More and more people are discovering it. And a big part, I think, is these covers, because these covers are just awesome. You know who else has awesome covers? John Gwynne. This is the new John Gwynne. This is Hunger of the Gods. It actually wraps around. It's really cool. If you want to open your book all the way, you can do that. I don't like to crack my spines, but you can do that. It's really cool, man. I didn't think it'd get better than Shadow of the Gods on the cover, but Hunger of the Gods, I think, is actually a little better. But I might just love me some Lobos. I don't know. But this book, guys, so good. So good. And you know what? I think cover of the year right now is going to be between these two as far as new covers of releases this year. These are both awesome. These are both awesome. And you asked me right now to pick one. I don't know if I could. So these are just good stuff, guys. Love a good cover, Never judge a book by its cover unless it's awesome. That's right. Another awesome cover, continuing to get these Elric series of Michael Moorcock. This is volume 2 of his collected works of Elric. And that's just legendary art right there. I mean, you've seen that done so many times. I have no idea who did that one first. I thought it was John Carter of Mars. I'm not even sure who did this pose first, but it's an awesome pose. It's never going out of style, and you can do that again and again and again on a fantasy book, and I'm probably going to buy it. I think I've even got some Star Wars ones that do this. So, I don't know when I'll be getting to Elric. I actually had planned on getting to it before Dritz, and Dritz kind of stole his lunch money and jumped in front of him. And, that's a funny because the argument is, which one copied who? Is Geralt like Elric, or is Dritz like Elric? Is Elric like this, or is Animander Rake like Dritz? Yeah, it's a conversation I think we'll have another time. To me, a guy with white hair and a sword doesn't automatically make him a ripoff of someone else's character, but it is what it is. I am back on The Dark Tower. I am on the Path of the Beam. I am rereading it, and I had been slowly rereading it with my Into the Multiverse schedule, but decided to move it up and read along with some of the people who were doing it on my Discord. So I finally went ahead and picked up this Concordance of The Dark Tower, written by Robin Firth, who is basically like if there was a Tolkien scholar of The Dark Tower, That's her. And this is actually updated to include Went Through the Keyhole, which I have not read. So very, very cool. What I did say when I talked about some frequently asked questions I get about the Dark Tower is I tell people, if you're a first-time reader, yeah, this is great to look up names, look up locations, and look up like items, but do not read too much about the characters because it will spoil the hell out of everything. It's very much like that Wheel of Time companion in that way. So it's a very good resource for those things, but do not read the characters. So you're just going to have to learn remember who the characters are on your own, because this will tell you exactly where they end after book 7. You don't want to do that to yourself. But again, great resource, and I used it while I was reading Wizard and Glass. Lots and lots of goodies in there. So very, very good. Highly recommended to people who are reading The Dark Tower or who have already read The Dark Tower. Next up, guys, I am continuing to slowly get all of these R. Scott Baker books in the, the Second Apocalypse, I think the series is called. This is book number 4 of Aspect Emperor. I'm only missing book 3 now because I think it's out of print. It's so weird. So I've got 6 of the 7 books now, and I'm missing a book 3 out of 4 in the second series because it's out of print. If you want to get the ones that all match. If you want to get a different size, you can do that, but book collector problems, am I right? I don't know when I'm getting to that series. I think 2023 is what I just put out that video recently saying. I think that's what my goal is. But, you guys never know with these things. Got to finish Malazan, and I'm doing Gene Wolfe's Book of the New Sun before I start that one. But I'm not forgetting about it. I know there are a lot of people who are really, really anxious for me to read that series, and it's going to happen. So I keep talking about how I started Dritz, right? And how I just bought them all digitally, and I didn't want to keep buying them. Whoops. So last month I told you guys that I had the first 6. Well, this month I went ahead and got the next ones, which was Legacy of the Drow. Now, this was a gift card problem. Gift card just burned a hole in my pocket, and I said, what can I get? And yeah, here's the thing, guys. I don't know if you can see these. Apparently, they do Roman numerals on some of them and numbers on the others. So I've got Roman numeral 7 and then the numbers 8, 9, and 10 on these books here. So I don't know if that'll focus. But anyhow, yeah. And it looks like it's like a little different bit of a publishing house. I'm not really sure. This one actually has the D&D logo. I'm not sure what the deal is or how this keeps happening. But yeah, half of them got numbers, half of them got Roman numerals. So you guys were so close because these are just beautiful covers, man. I mean, look at this. Legacy. You got Starless Night, Siege in Darkness, and Passage of Dawn. So I mean, these covers are just gorgeous. This new artwork is so good. And apparently, I think that these new covers only go up to like book number 15, and that kind of contributed to me saying I was going to get the rest on digital. But like I said, I'm a sucker. What can I say? Another thing I went ahead and treated myself with is this was something that I didn't have yet. I was waiting to see if they were going to announce that she was going to continue the illustrated editions that she had for Farseer, which were just beautiful. I'm talking, of course, about the Live Ship Traders trilogy. But these are absolutely beautiful, guys. But here's the thing. Now they'll probably announce those illustrated editions. So you're welcome. You're welcome. But I do plan on doing Live Ship sometime 2023. That is on the schedule. Here's the deal with these, man. They feel so cool. They almost feel like parchment, like there's like a treasure map or something, which is really cool when you got a series, where you're talking about, being out in the water, and I believe there's pirates in it. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know anything about these books, except that they're very divisive. Some people tell me that I'm going to love them, and other people tell me I'm going to be super ho-hum on them, and I'm going to quit Realm of the Elderlings because I didn't skip it and go straight to Tawny Man. So it's going to be interesting to find out. But man, these are beautiful. They're huge too. I mean, these are some big old honkers. But Robin Hobb apparently, she could write a recipe for water, and it would be 300 pages probably. So she doesn't get to anything quickly, but thankfully she does it very beautifully. And I look forward to continuing with these beautiful, beautiful editions that I will be reading from 2023. Next up, let's go ahead and move along, guys, to some independent authors and some publishers. This, again, like this, I don't know anything about these guys. I'm just going to go ahead and drop a link down below if you want to kind of look further into them. I do encourage, if independent authors want to send me their stuff, I have no problems giving you a shout out like this, because what do I always say? I encourage you to chase your dream, because every author that we love at one point was trying to get published. So I respect that hustle. So this first one is The Last Blade Priest. This is by W.P. Wiles. Okay. Next up, we got just Dark Harvest by Will Jordan. And man, these are honkers. I can't believe these people who are doing these independent releases. They're just huge, huge books. Huge. Huge. Next up, we got Anybody Home by Michael J. Seidlinger. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But again, like I said, guys, if you want to learn more about these, I will drop a link down below. And this one, I believe, is called Faff by Robert McCabe. Very, very cool. Then I got from an author, David Golota, I believe is his name. And he sent me a nice letter. Nice letter. And he sent me his entire works. So we'll talk about these real fast. We got Clockmaker. We got Tales from the Age of Unity. Next we have Crew of Gangs. Gangs? Nice beard. This guy's picture on the back. Nice beard, man. I respect that. That's crazy. Mine goes about this far and it just stops. It's weird. Veil of Strife. These are huge, man. I mean, look at this. Good Lord. Oh, man. And this one's even better. Painful Medicine. It's what I'm going to need to after I'm picking this up. But yeah. Thank you so much for sort of thinking of me when you want to send these. With all things independent authors, guys, I don't know when I would ever be able to get to this stuff, but I don't plan on quitting reading anytime soon, so keep hope alive. But like I said, I do encourage them to continue to send those to me if they do wish to do so. Now, there is one I got from an actual publisher here. This is from Baen Books. You guys know that they do send me stuff occasionally. Here's the thing. Last book haul, I talked about how they sent me book number 3 of the saga, The Forgotten Warrior by Larry Correia. Well, apparently the rep actually watched that video, so he sent me books 1 and 2. Thing is, these are hardcovers, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong, these are awesome, and I've heard this is just an amazing series. I really want to read it because, I mean, I don't know very many people who have read it, but everyone who has read it says it's just spectacular. So I don't want to get these books are beautiful too, by the way. But yeah, so now I've got books 1 and 2 in hardcover and book 3 in mass market paperback. But again, I didn't pay anything for these. I'm not mad, but I am actually really anxious to read these. I want to see if I can somehow figure out how to fit these in the fall because I don't know. Just Larry Correia sounds like an author that's going to click for me. And like I said, I always thought that I'd start with Monster Hunter, but I got no problem starting here with just a trilogy. Like I said with Bernard Cornwell, I'm glad that I'm starting with the Warlord Chronicles instead of Saxon Stories because, you know, it's 3 books versus 13. That's always the way that I'm kind of the new approach I'm doing. If you got a trilogy that's complete, I'm willing to do that first. But let's jump in, guys, to some stuff that you wonderful, amazing, gorgeous people sent me this month. First, I would talk about, I did get a digital gift. I didn't even know that you could send other people Kindle books. That's really neat. Someone sent me, Edward, his name is, he sent me these books by an author called Douglas Clegg, and it's called the Vampiricon trilogy. I believe, never heard of it, but thank you very much, Edward. Hey, man, vampires, like I said with Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff, if it has vampires that are scary, I'm usually an easy sell on these things. More scary, less sexy. That's kind of my hope with those things. But thank you very much, sir. Let's move along here. I think that Michael actually saw that I was watching Reacher on Amazon, and I said that might have an interest in that because I feel like the series that I always hear about after Reacher is The Gray Man. And he sent me 2 Gray Man books here. This is Sierra 6 and just The Gray Man. And I believe this is going to Netflix series here pretty soon. So that's kind of why he recommended it to me. He said he thought that I would like it. Well, I'm not too much on the cop thrillers or things like that. I'm not opposed to ever checking these things out. And there are some people in my Discord that are really, really high on the Gray Man series. They can't talk enough about it. So, yeah, that's definitely something that I can see myself doing in the future. It's one of those things like, while I don't ever say that, hey, I want to read a cop story, I do get the itch every once in a while. I watch something like Reacher, I watch something like Bosch, and I'm interested in maybe checking one of those out. So I think those could be good, quick reads. Once I get past the point of just so much fantasy that I just want to read, that maybe I'll get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready for some switching here, and that's something I can see myself going forward to. Next is actually from an author, Steven. He's a very, very good guy. He's on my Discord. Steven Aryan is his name, and he wrote this series called Age of Darkness, and he sent me Blood Mage, Chaos Mage, and Battle Mage. And here's the thing. He has given me so many good recommendations for books that I've ended up really liking. Like, I wouldn't have read Adam Stevens probably ever if it wasn't for him. He really was high on recommending that. He actually got Anna and I in touch with each other. And in fact, Anna and I still need to get together about our interview. I forgot all about it, honestly, because it was around Christmas time. And I got to get in touch with her because I'm bad at this, guys. I'm bad at staying in communication with people. But he's also introduced me to the Song of the Shattered Sands by Bradley P. Bradley P. That's what we're going to call him now, because like I said, I can't pronounce his name right. And we've actually been in touch. So, I think I owe it to him for hooking me up with so many great new things that I definitely want to try to get this on the schedule sometime next year. I think that he wrote one book, Coward, and he sent that one to me before. I said, okay, I'll wait for that to be finished. That's going to be a duology, but this one is done, and I have it in my hand now, physically. So thank you, Stephen. I definitely could see myself checking this out sometime in the next year or so. So good times ahead. This one is from Chris. It's called In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. I think he said something about it being like, it's happened near his house in his hometown. So it's something he thought that I would probably like. Don't know a lot about it, but I will definitely look that up. An author I can't stop hearing so much about lately is Christopher Buehlman. I'm doing Between Two Fires this October. And someone actually sent that to me, and I can't find it in this mess here somewhere. But Doug actually sent me The Black Tongue Thief, a book that a lot of people in my Discord were reading. And I feel like the perception for that one's kind of mixed, whereas Between Two Fires everybody really loves. This one people seem to love it or just like whatever it is. So I'll be interested to see where I fall. But like I said, I will be doing Between Two Fires first. But thanks so much for this. Really cool cover. I don't know if this guy just seemed to, like him and Nick Cutter just seemed to like come out of nowhere for me where I'd never heard of them, and now I can't stop hearing about them. Really, really crazy. Now with these, this was a mistake last month. These actually came to me in March, and these were from Matthew, who sent me most of the Cradle books now, but he sent me Cradle 9 and 10. This is Reaper and Bloodline. And my apology, last month I was recording. As soon as I was done recording, I actually looked on the floor and saw them there, and I had already put the camera stuff away, and I was like, I don't have it in me to go in and do that again. So my apologies for being so late, but thank you so much for sending me these. I am continuing with Soulsmith in May. So I think you'll be hearing more opinions about Cradle in the future. So thank you so much, Matthew. It's very generous how many of those that you sent me. And one of the most generous people I know is Jordan over on iWizard. He's a patron. He's what I would consider a friend. We talk all the time. He's just an all-around great guy. He really is like the second, because I already talked about how Medic last month. Medic is kind of like the Santa Claus of the Discord. Jordan's kind of the same way. He'll just, oh, you don't have that? I'll send you one. I'll send it to you. Things like that. And he sent me some stuff this month, and I can't say thank you enough. First, he put a lot more effort into his channel bookmark than I do. Mine's just like a piece of paper. His is awesome. It's got the channel. It's got the solar system on there. How cool is that? Yeah, I'll be using this. So yeah, thank you for raising the bar on on making bookmarks. Maybe I need to try harder. But he sent me the Gormenghast novels, series I've heard a ton about. Another one that people seem to love or can't stand, and it's a big boy. And this one I've never even heard of. Another Kingdom. This is book 1 of this series by Andrew Clavin. I feel like I know that name, the author, but I don't think I know the series. But it's a pretty cool cover. Really is legit. And the whole reason that he sent me this is because on the Discord, I talked about how they sent me books 2 and 3, Bane, they being Bane, of Saga of the Forgotten Warrior, and how I had book 3 in paperback. So he sent me book 3 in hardcover so the series would match. So Jordan, God bless you. As a book collector, you don't know what that means. That's so great. Thanks so much. That is really kind of you to do that. And of course, to send the other goodies along with it. So guys, if you haven't checked out his channel, please do so. I will link it down below because he's an all-around great guy. And he goes a lot deeper into his thoughts on his channel than I do. So if you really want to really peel back some layers on some stuff, kind of like in a Philip Chase way, but even more philosophical, I think you'd really enjoy his channel. So I hope you will do that. And last, guys, I got to talk about my guy, Joseph. He continues to send me awesome Folio Society stuff. He's already sent me a ton. He already has. And Folio Society stuff, guys, if you don't know, that is not cheap. So thank you, Joseph. This is so kind. He sent me Live and Let Die. This is book 2 in Ian Fleming's James Bond books. And it's just like every other Folio Society book, guys. It's absolutely stunning to look at. And, of course, I can never find a picture to show you guys when I want to show you one. but their art is second to none. So yeah, getting to continue to read James Bond, but with this beautiful, beautiful edition of Live and Let Die. That'll be happening this fall when I continue that, because I really did love Casino Royale. So thank you, Joseph. But, oh wait, there's more. Joseph sent me another one. He sent me an upgrade of The Haunting of Hill House, one of my favorite horror books of all time. And this book, guys, this is stunning. Oh wow. Is that totally rad or what? Oh my gosh. So good, you guys. This one is one of the most beautiful ones out there. So this might, if I have time in October, I might do another reading of this, even though I just reviewed it last year. But yeah, if you haven't read Haunting of Hill House, I think it's very much worth your time. It's one of my favorite horror novels of all time. Shirley Jackson was well ahead of her time. There's a reason that every horror author out there today lists her as one of their influences, guys. So that was my month, guys. Oh, wait, I forgot there's a couple more things. A couple notes here. Judy continues to be my pen pal in California. Sent me a nice note and a Starbucks gift card. Thank you. That'll keep me awake here very, very soon, because we are going on vacation, and I'll need it because there's a long drive. And Dave actually sent me a written note. He's very excited that I was starting Dritz. And he sent me a note about some things, even up to and including how to pronounce the animal companion's name in there, which is very, very debated amongst the fandom. So I haven't really settled into how I'm going to decide to say it yet. But thank you, Dave, for the pointers. And of course, anytime you're going to take time to send me a handwritten note, I do appreciate it. So guys, that was the month of April. Did you get anything rad this month and you want to talk about? Drop in the comments and let me know, and I will talk to you there.